गुड मॉर्निंग एवरीवन। मैं प्रोफेसर बीरेंद्र कुमार, हेड पीजी डिपार्टमेंट ऑफ ज्योग्राफी, जयप्रकाश यूनिवर्सिटी छपरा। प्रिय छात्रों, आज के इस ऑनलाइन क्लास में आप सबों का स्वागत है। छात्रों, पिछले क्लासेस में हम लोगों ने वेबर महोदय के इंडस्ट्रियल लोकेशन थ्योरी को विस्तार पूर्वक पढ़ा था एवं उसे समझा था। इस सिद्धांत के प्रत्येक पहलू को हम लोगों ने बारीकी से डिस्कस किया था। आज हम लोग इसी सिद्धांत से संबंधित एक महत्वपूर्ण पहलू अथवा एक महत्वपूर्ण प्रश्न को डिस्कस करेंगे, और वो प्रश्न जो है इस प्रकार हो सकता है: क्रिटिकली डिस्कस द इम्पोर्टेंस ऑफ इंडस्ट्रियल लोकेशन थ्योरी ऑफ वेबर विथ अ स्पेशल रेफरेंस टू आयरन एंड स्टील इंडस्ट्री ऑफ द वर्ल्ड। छात्रों, जैसा कि हम जानते हैं, आयरन एंड स्टील इंडस्ट्री इज अ बल्की गुड्स वेट लूजिंग इंडस्ट्री। Nearly 5.5 tons of raw materials consisting of iron ore, coal, manganese, limestone, dolomite, etc. is needed for obtaining 1 ton of iron. Iron ore and coal are considered as the two main raw material, and in that situation these two have worked as the determinant raw material for the industry. Weber has explained the industrial location of iron and steel industry of Germany, UK and USA with a special reference to his theory. He has found that development of steel plant at Essen and Dortmund in Germany have the locational advantage of being situated near the coal and iron ore field. Both the major raw materials, for example coal and iron ore, are located at the two ends. Coal is found in the lower Rhine Valley, while iron ore is found in the upper Rhine Valley, and these two centers have been favorably developed the iron and steel industry, and that two centers are Essen and Dortmund. He further explained the location of this industry in the Midland Plain region and Scottish region of UK. In the Midland Plain it is Birmingham, and in the Scottish Valley it is Glasgow of UK. At both places similar locational advantages have worked. In USA also, a very fine example of this industry is at Buffalo and Cleveland. They are favorably situated in between the Appalachian coalfield and Vermilion iron ore field. However, Vermilion on the Canadian side is one of the cheapest open cast iron ore mining field of the world. This is how Weber tried to explain the location of iron and steel industry in the world. Presently, the locational trend of iron and steel industry has a drastic change all over the world. It has developed a trend of coastal or the port site location. This was perhaps not apprehended by Weber at that time. However, in recent years, this coastal location has emerged as the global trend and is mainly governed by two factors. First one is consideration of the world market, and second one is many countries nowadays have adopted the policy of conservation of internal resources and to develop the industry on the basis of imported raw materials. However, in USA, before Second World War, the industry was located in the interior sites, for example, at Pittsburgh, Atlanta, etc., and in the Great Lakes region also. They were at Buffalo, Cleveland, Chicago, and Detroit, etc. But after Second World War, the two new centers developed there. First one was on the eastern coast side, and the sites were Fearless and Sparrow Points. However, on the western coast side, they were developed at Seattle and Los Angeles. In UK also, it has shifted to the north-eastern coast, that is to Leeds, and on the southwestern coast, that is to Cardiff and Newport. However, even in India, the new forces have drawn them to the coastal site location. For example, at Visakhapatnam, Paradip, and Marmagaon. However, Weber's basic consideration, that is, the industry appears at the minimum transportation cost site, and that site is minimum production cost site. That philosophy of Weber is maintained here. All the port sites are minimum transportation cost site and hence minimum production cost site. Only the concept of triangular location is distorted to some extent. However, at many places, particularly at east coast of USA and east coast of India, some raw materials are coming from internal sources, while some from the external sources, making the two ends of the resource raw material base, and the market is at a different place. Hence, the very philosophy of Weber is not distorted here, and that is why Weber continues to be relevant even today also. Or in other words, the industrial location theory of Weber has much more relevance even in the present day situation with reference to iron and steel industries of the world. Thank you very much.